What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another top 10 countdown. Today, I'm counting down my top 10 favorite game franchises. So, it's not the individual games, it is the series of games. I would love to hear what your top 10 favorite franchises are. But first off, let's start at number 10 with Mortal Kombat. Now, Mortal Kombat is a game series which has literally been going since before I was born. Like, I believe the first one came out in like 1992 or something, and obviously I was born in 97, so there's a good 5 year gap there. But this game series just gets, for me personally, it gets better with each addition to the games. I mean, I love all the add-on character packs that they give. Like, you got to be RoboCop and like Rambo and Terminator now as well. But it's not just a fighting game anymore, which it used to be. Like, all the first like 8 Mortal Kombat games were just like fighting games, or first 6, I can't remember when Aftermath came out, or whichever it was. But it's now a fully fledged story game as well as just combat. I love it. I love it. It's just improved so much, and I think this is great. Moving on to number 9 now. Gears of War. Now, the Gears of War series is just incredible. Like, I think it's just like the band of brothers sort of thing, which it is all about brotherly love. I think that's what really brings it together, because I remember being able to sit down when I was younger and just play 2-player or 4-player with anyone on Gears of War 4, and it was just such a great time. Gears of War 1, 2, and 3, they were the best Gears of War games. Gears of War 4, not so great. Gears of War 5, definitely not so great. Gears of War Judgment was alright. And I haven't actually tried Gears of War Tactics, but if it's anything like Halo Wars or XCOM, then yes, it's probably incredible. But it's also the story which makes it so good as well. Moving on to number 7 now. No, we're going to number 8. Left 4 Dead. Now, the Left 4 Dead franchise has only got 2 games in it, unfortunately, Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2. But those games made an impact, and I literally can go back to them now and just play them over and over and over. I mean, I know it's limited as to what you can play on there, because there hasn't really been any updates. But it's just such a great game. Like, literally, me and my brother or my best friends, we'd constantly go back and play it. If one of us goes, yeah, fancy playing Left 4 Dead? Yes, we'd jump on there in an instant if we could. It was just one of those games. It's a brilliant franchise. Now, moving on to number 7, we have Grand Theft Auto. Yes, we're still waiting on a Grand Theft Auto 6. We had the announcement last year or 2 years ago, or probably even 10 years ago. I can't remember. We had the announcement it was coming. Lord knows whenever the trailer's coming for it, or when the game is even going to release. But Grand Theft Auto has always been an incredible franchise. The first GTA I played was GTA 3 when I was younger, and I found it just so much fun. And then obviously I moved on to like Vice City and San Andreas, and then 4 or whatever. But then we got to GTA 5. GTA 5 is when everything went down. Like, it's just, I don't know how they're going to improve on it, really, especially with the online as well, because the online just got incredible. Although I think online now is just a bit too far. I don't think they really did not need to bring in any of the futuristic cars and stuff like the flying cars. That's just a load of bull. Just stick with planes and helicopters and crap, maybe a couple jetpacks, but no hover bikes, no flying cars. That's just ridiculous. Moving on to number 6, Far Cry. Now, you can't go wrong with Far Cry unless you play Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 is actually the only Far Cry game I haven't completed yet, because when I get on there, I get so bored. But Far Cry 3, best Far Cry game that ever is, and I don't think you'll be able to beat it. Far Cry 5 was really good and came close to Far Cry 3, but it was just missing some elements. They need to really go back to the roots of Far Cry. I mean, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, that was such a good spin-off game. That was incredible. Like New Dawn being a sequel to Far Cry 5, I liked that as well. And to be fair, I did quite enjoy New Dawn. But Far Cry 6 was awful. And Far Cry 4 just sits there in the middle as a brilliant game. Primal was also okay. But number 3 is my favourite. Anyway, moving up to number 5 now. Saints Row. Now, Saints Row could have easily rivaled GTA back in its heyday, because it was a serious game for the first two game series. It was a serious game. You know, it was a big competitor in the first two chapters of the series. Like Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2 were incredible. Saints Row 3 got a little bit ridiculous. Saints Row 4, what the hell happened? Saints Row, get out of hell. Really? We're going to hell now? I mean, sure, we've had aliens, why not? Let's have hell. And then they just remade or rebooted Saints Row again, which I think was a good way to go, but it also wasn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the reboot of Saints Row, but I think we're just all too familiar with the original characters, and I think they needed to reboot it from Saints Row 2 and like just retcon Saints Row 3 and 4 like movies and stuff, which I know they kind of do in the games themselves a little bit, but yeah, they need to go back to proper stuff. Still though, one of my favourite franchises. Moving on to number 4. The Sims. Now, oh my god, The Sims, I love it so much. Like, growing up with Sims, like Herbs Busting Out and Sims in the City, just, so good. It was Herbs Sims in the City, not Sims Herbs Busting Out. Yeah, it was Sims Busting Out, Herbs Sims in the City. They were like my greatest games at the time. They were so fun. And like Sims 3, I never got to play Sims 2. I never got to play Sims 2, which was so annoying because that was such an incredible game. I've like seen so many people play it, and it just looks so good. But Sims 3 also was incredible. I was an Xbox console person, so I had to wait, and all I got was Sims 3 and Sims 3 Pets. So I didn't get all the Sims 3 Paranormal and all of them cool expansion packs you got on PC. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of those until Sims 4 came out on the console. And when Sims 4 finally came out on console, obviously we've got all these awesome packs now, which release at the same time as they do on PC, and it's just so good. If only they did that for the Sims 2 and Sims 3, that'd be great. But I just love the freedom of it. I love the freedom of Sims, and it's just perfect franchise. It's brilliant. Moving on to number 3 now, Minecraft. So, Minecraft, I can't get enough of the game. It's brilliant. Minecraft Legends has just been released. I haven't actually been able to play that yet, but I want to check it out a little bit because it looks alright. It's more like a tower defense game than anything else, really. And I love a good tower defense game. And Minecraft Dungeons was a good change of pace for the series. But I can tell you one thing I really did like was it Telltale? Minecraft the Telltale series or whatever? Just Minecraft story mode. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. And my son really enjoys that. And my son really enjoys Minecraft. So it's a game that we can actually play together. I mean, he struggles with it incredibly because he doesn't know how to use the controls. But hey ho. It's just good to be able to have a game that I can play that he will be able to play at some point too. Moving on to number 2. Halo. Now, Halo was the first game franchise I ever played. Obviously, with Combat Evolved, snuck onto my brother's Xbox and played it, and I fell in love with it ever since. And I think I've pre-ordered every single game of Halo since then, just because I'm such a hardcore fan of the franchise. I have to play every single game that comes out of it, even on your mobile, Obviously, it had a bit of a dip when it came out with Halo 5, which we're not going to talk about. Halo Infinite, though. Halo Infinite is a good change of pace for the game for the series. That it's brought it out of its grave, should I say? So it's more alive than it ever was. They took a bit of time on the online stuff. That took way too long. So, that is my second favourite game franchise of all time. What could possibly be number one? Oh yeah, of course. Number one, we have Mass Effect. So, the Mass Effect game series is obviously going to be my most favourite because my favourite game of all time is Mass Effect 2. But I tell you what, Mass Effect 3 had an incredible online mode. It's really annoying that they didn't bring that with Legendary Edition because I would really like to be able to play that again. I know Mass Effect Andromeda had that sort of mode, but it just didn't hit the same as Mass Effect 3. In fact, I think I only played Mass Effect Andromeda online like 3 times. I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it as much as I did Mass Effect 3. To be fair, I've only actually played Mass Effect Andromeda all the way through once. I've attempted to play it again, but I just keep getting bored. It's the first 3 for me. They're the best games. Like they are in a completely different league to every other game out there. I mean, to me personally, that's just what I think, but everyone else will think something different. But to me, Mass Effect is a league of their own. There is nothing that can compare to them. But that's just me. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you did watch, I'd love to hear what you guys think of what your franchises are, what would be the best. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching if you did watch. And until next time, goodbye.